Word. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Today we're doing a one shot for Monster of the Week, which is a tabletop RPG game. That's kind of like D&D, but also kind of not like D&D. So we're gonna see how it goes. We have some guests on the stream today. Um, Daimien, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Yeah, sure. So hello everyone. My name is Daimien Kamiya. I'm also a VTuber. I go by the Omni King. I stream on YouTube. If anyone wants to find me there, that's it.
Word. Grezy?
Hey, yeah. I'm Grezy Dragon Lady here with my husband Ergo Corvus.
Hi.
That's him. Yeah. Are we supposed to say
Huh?
where to find us and stuff?
You
I
you
don't
can
know.
say as much or as little as you want, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, we both stream on Twitch sometimes together.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, and sometimes not together. We mix it up.
Yeah. Alright, Colin, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, all. My name is Colin, or Flounder, whatever you would prefer to call me. I will be the keeper for today's Dungeons and Dragons slash Monster of the Week session, the role-playing session, if you would. And yeah, I'm here to help facilitate a awesome one-shot that these wonderful people will get to go through.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I guess for anyone who is watching that is not a regular viewer of mine, I am Jillian Dianea. I'm a Venus flytrap, and this is my Twitch channel, I guess. So yeah. And I gotta stretch. Hold on.
Yeah.
Big stretch. All right.
Coming in with the redeems already.
Yeah. I just set those up like a few days ago.
Yay!
Yeah. All right. So Flounder, would you like to give a brief description of what Monster of the Week is before we get started?
Absolutely, I can do that. So, Monster of the Week, for those who don't know, is a tabletop RPG or a tabletop role-playing game. To be specific, it is so there are a lot of role-playing games out there, such as Dungeons and Dragons, 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Vampire the Masquerade, Monster of the Week. I very much like to start people with little experience with Monster of the Week. It is a system based on the Powered by the Apocalypse game system, which means it is very simple. It is very broke down to the base level. So there are playbooks, which are effectively classes, and there are moves, which are effectively abilities. And instead of having attributes that people can generate or have to pick from and assign, each playbook has different rows that the player can choose from. It gives the players a very straightforward way of building a character that they very much like, and they feel that they can role play well. So, for example, I would like everybody who is participating to go around and say what class or playbook they are playing. You don't have to say anything else. Just what playbooks you guys have chosen. We'll start with Jillian.
Word. Okay, so I am playing a monstrous character. I believe we all based these characters off of ourselves. So yeah. Damien, what class are you
All right.
playing?
I am playing the Chosen.
Grezy and Ergo?
I'm also playing the monstrous like you.
And I'm playing the Divine playbook.
Epic.
I will give a brief description of the playbooks that our players have chosen here. So, pun intended, to start off with the chosen, the flavor text that the book gives on the chosen is: your birth was prophesized. You are the chosen one. And with your abilities, you can save the world. If you fail, all will be destroyed. It all rests on you. Only you. Now, to move on to the divine, the flavor text that we have here is: I am the light, the sword. I am sent to defend the meek from darkness. All evil fear me, for I am its end. And then we'll move on to the monstrous. I feel the hunger, the lust to destroy, but I fight it. I never give in. I'm not human anymore, not really. But I have to protect those who still are. That way, I can tell myself I'm different to the other monsters. Sometimes I can even believe it. So, those are the playbooks that our players will be playing. Just to go over it again, we have two players playing as the monstrous, one chosen, and one divine. And going into this, we had the players design their characters and choose their playbooks after to try and pull inspiration from their themselves. So, for example, the reason why I had suggested to Jillian to be the monstrous is because there's nothing else in there that really makes too much sense for a Venus flytrap. So the monstrous, you can customize it, and this is another good thing about Monster of the Week. For example, there's an ability with the monstrous that I believe is called Claws,
Yep.
and so natural attack, base claws, but Venus flytrap doesn't really have claws, so we have flavored that as vines or other plant like thorns. Just to give you an idea, it's being that it's a role-playing game, and this is all for fun. There might not be rules that are always followed. There might be some corners that are cut, but that's because this is all for fun. This is all about telling a good story, and this is all for having a good time.
Word.
Heck yeah.
All right, would you like me to start off on giving a description of where the party finds themselves?
Sure.
Go for it.
All right. So, the setting of this game is, Monster of the Week is normally a modern setting, but we will be setting this in fantasy, high fantasy setting. So, like most great stories that you see online or read about, we will start in a tavern. This tavern is called the Ancient's Shield. It is found in Bronzeward, which is a dwarvish settlement, far, far from the eyes of the humans, elves, and other native races to this world. So, the party has been traveling for whatever reason they would like, and they have found this secluded tavern, and they have gone in to rest, to drink, to meet new people, make friends, whatever they wish. Upon entering this tavern, you can see that it is rather barren. There seems to be about 6 people in here. The first person that you are met by is for a dwarvish woman, a fairly tall woman who kind of crosses her arms and looks at all of you and says, "Well, what's your business coming into our town here? We don't get many travelers through these parts."
Word. So, why are we traveling?
what brings you here to the ancient shield? Why not continue through? Not too many
I
people
mean-
stop here.
Yeah, I would think that we're all just like stopping to like rest for a bit. So
Yeah, and I'm hungry. I don't
yeah,
know about
me,
y'all.
me too.
So,
Yeah.
sounds like a plan. Following where fate takes me.
Dwarves known for having like great drinks and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Dwarven ale in this world and in many fantasy worlds tend to be very strong and very cheap because they drink it over water.
All right. Sounds like we should get some drinks. Right.
Sure.
So-
yeah.
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 Ergo, how many are you having?
I'll just start with one.
Just one, huh? Just one.
I'll
I'm
just
gonna
have a
do-
water.
I want to try yours. That's
Tall
what I'm gonna do.
Bison,
Oh,
thank you
I
for
took
the
a sip of
follow.
yours.
Welcome to the stream.
I'll just have a water.
Yeah.
I
So-
don't drink.
You all approach the bar and sit down and start barking out your order for this rather elderly dwarf. You can tell he's old because his beard and his long braided hair are slowly like graying, and you can tell that he looks to be not in the best move, as he kind of just Bravo, let in some more strays from the street, I guess. You wanted water, you said?
Yes.
You can drink the rain when it comes down. We don't serve water here. I don't know what you're talking about. As for the other ones, what type of ale would you like? We have the dwarven lager, we have some red ales, we have a single bottle of wine that hasn't been opened for centuries because we don't drink wine in this settlement. Yeah, it's rather short-stocked after a couple of incidents that have happened on the trading routes here, but we can make do with what we have if I can get y'all any of it. By the way, just so you don't have to yell barkeep and make me angry, my name is Ragmek.
Ragmet.
Yeah, Rognek just rolls off the tongue there.
It is a good dwarvish name. My mother and father gave it to me. And I shall pass it on to my children one day.
Does this tavern serve food?
You ask Ragmek, and he like leans in and he goes, "Food. We have some pretzels or some hot cookies."
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm in. I'd like some pretzels.
Me too.
Okay, well, I will be right back with all of your orders. I'll, try and get these hot cheese melt and pretzels for you, as well as some ale for you two. Yes, pointing at Ergo, and names are hard.
Daimien. Grezy.
No, not me.
Grezy.
Yeah.
Grezy, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And remember, Ergo, whatever I can't drink, you have to have.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no.
We don't not finish drinks here. I just may not like it.
Oh, gosh.
So
We're gonna get Ergo sloshed tonight.
I just
Say
like
not already.
I just like being a picky eater in D&D.
Rogmek walks away and starts using a bit of magic to heat up this like little mini cauldron of cheese, and he pours a couple of you guys didn't specify sizes, so fairly large tankards of dwarvish brew, and he sets the pretzels and cheese in front of Jillian. He sets the two tankards in front of Grezy and Ergo, and he says, "Well, this is what I can get for you. If you would like anything else, feel free to flag me down. And if you are looking for some work, I do have some work for people who are willing to get their hands a little dirty."
Look at my hands. They are covered in dirt.
We're gonna get dirty, but apparently there's no water to wash it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
What?
no rain for you to drink.
What do you expect? We are dwarves. More alcohol and ale runs through our veins than blood.
Oh, yikes. That's not healthy.
Go to
It
the
is-
doctor.
Well, how do we know that? That could be healthy for a dwarf, for all we know.
True. That's
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It is healthy for dwarves to drink like this.
Right.
Alright, guys. So, how about after we finish our ales and pretzels, we think about taking what's his face up on that offer?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a
Yep.
good idea. But I definitely require some cheese and pretzels. I gotta
Oh,
take
yeah.
one off of you there, Jillian.
Yeah. I will pass the bowl over to you.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Word.
Okay. So time passes. Ergo and Grezy, would you enjoy like a deep like nice hoppy ale, or would that be something that would not appeal to either of you? Because the tankards that he has put in front of you are bigger than your fists, like both of your fists put together. They're huge.
Yeah, I mean that would probably be okay for me.
Not so much for
Especially-
me. So
yeah.
Ergo, sip.
I-
I don't know. I think you might have to have the rest.
Okay, I actually I thought of something. One of the abilities that I took is called What I Need When I Need It, which is I can store any small object into a small magical space nobody can get to, and then retrieve it at a later time. So I might do that with the second mug. Just-
Christina, Ergo, here. Use that thing you just said. Here you go.
I just like do like
Is
some
that-
like magic
that-
like sleight of
that's
hand and
like-
it like disappears.
That's
Hell
like
yeah.
raw material for a dwarf in the future.
Right.
Well, you like kind of do that comical thing where you like nod your head when you're taking the second tankard and just like
Uh-huh.
fake throw it back and like push it into this magical bag of holding that you have under your
Yeah.
wings, and you know, no one is none the wiser except when they will do inventory next week on all of their mugs and things. So time passes, and you guys are all winding down from enjoying your food, your rest from this long travel that you guys have been on, and Rogmek comes over, and so another cool thing about Monster of the Week is that inventory keeping is very simple. If it's a simple purchase and something that is not like excessive or like a magical item or anything like that, you just have the money for it. This game doesn't require you to keep track of like 1,200 gold pieces or 1,200 silver pieces. You guys go to like eat at a tavern or something, you just you have that money. That's pocket change. That's not something that you have to worry about. So Rogmek comes back over to collect payment, and he kind of like leans in and is like, "Oh, have you thought about my offer? I have work, and it is good if you would like to take it."
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Perfect, perfect.
nothing
I have
I'll
been
leave
looking.
what it is.
I have been looking for able-bodied men and women and theys and thems to do what we need done. So I don't know if you heard me earlier, we have had this problem. Our trade routes have been attacked. We have sent many barrels of whiskey and mead and ale and rum off to try and get supplies back from one of our neighboring towns, and we are being told that nothing is getting there. That the supply, that the caravans and the wagons just are disappearing, and which is not good for business. It's not good for anybody because we have lost citizens, we have lost brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and they have just gone completely missing. It is horrible, really nasty, bad thing, and I can give you directions in the route of the route of the trade to see if you can come across what is happening to these. I can even supply you with my own personal wagon to act as a red herring or a bait, whatever it is you adventurers call it when you bamboozle misdoers.
Ooh, I love bamboozling people.
Bamboozle Misdoers. That was my name in, what would you call a high school?
Fantasy high school.
Weird. Can I call dibs on driving the wagon?
Or if you want.
Yeah, that's good with me.
Epic.
Also, I request more cheese for this. Oh, on this adventure. Just you can keep the money, but I want the cheese.
I think you made a poor decision not putting cheese in the pocket dimension instead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should have put cheese in there.
If there's any leftover cheese, I'll put that in there.
Okay, there you go. My
I have a
decision.
feeling there isn't any leftover though. I think you probably ate it all.
And I'll share.
That pocket dimension is going to be real sticky when you try and take the mug out. All right. So, it sounds like you all have accepted this request to track down these missing people and these missing caravans. So you are given rooms for the night, so you are able to sleep here for the night before setting off on the journey because you arrived fairly late into the dusk and were greeted and were given food and shelter. So in the morning, Rogmek loads up his wagon with a bunch of empty barrels to use as decoys and gives you guys a map to lead you into the town next over.
Word.
Alright, so yeah, Jillian, I guess you gotta get up in the front.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop into the wagon. Are you guys gonna get in the wagon or follow like next to the wagon?
There's space in the wagon, I'll get in, but also,
Yeah.
did the cheese make it? Did the cheese make it in here? I'm looking for the cheese. Where is it?
I mean, that was the reward, so that'll be probably later.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well, fine. I'll still go.
Word.
So you all begin your adventure. You start setting out west towards the neighboring settlement to attempt to find out what has been happening to these dwarfs. And on the way, as you guys are going, can I get somebody to roll a investigate a mystery for me? Just one person. Discuss amongst yourself who you would like to do that.
What's that stat?
Sharp.
That's
It's
the,
sharp.
Sharp. I got +2 on sharp.
I have 1 on sharp.
Same for me.
Sounds like Damien's pretty sharp, so.
All right, I will
What's your
roll it. So
alt IC?
roll it in the dice channel here then.
Yeah.
For
And it's just
those,
2d6.
yep, for
Yep.
those listening, this is powered by the Apocalypse system, so you roll 2d6 rather than having to roll 12 different types of dice. So instead of having to keep track of a d4, a d8, a d6, a d12, a d10, a d20, a d30, all of
Basically
that
becoming a
stuff.
dice goblin.
Exactly. All you need to play a Powered by the Apocalypse game system are 2d6s. So, for example, Daimien, go
I
ahead.
rolled a 4 and a 1, so I got 5, and then I assume I add my +2, so that's 7.
Correct. So, on a mixed success with Investigate a Mystery, you get to hold 1. So, for those listening, hold is a type of advantage that can be spent on specific things. So, for Investigate a Mystery, that hold can be sent on asking a question. The players know the list of questions. I will go over it once for the viewers, and moving forward, we'll just ask the questions. So, the questions for the viewers are: what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
I also, not to cut into this, but I also have a part of my thing, Destiny's Plaything. At the beginning of a mystery, I roll weird to reveal something about my future.
Ooh.
All right, we will
Yeah.
do that once we've resolved this
Okay.
Investigate a Mystery thing.
All right. No
We
problem.
are
no problem.
effectively at the start of the mystery.
All right. So I can ask my question then, right?
Yep.
So we're on the wagon heading towards the next town.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say, because nothing eventful happens for the first hour. You were told that it's about a 2-hour, 3-hour horse ride or carriage ride there. So you're about 33% of the way into this before you guys even think about looking for any clues, because Rogmek had said that, the wagon marks tend to end around an hour to 2 hours into the excursion.
So I guess I'll ask. So wait, the wagon trails have ended. The normal ones that you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So can I ask, where did it go? If
Sure.
we're also an hour in.
Yeah. So where did it
Yeah.
go? You have seen multiple wagon trails. So this is obviously a well-traversed path. So there are the two main, wheel wells from wear and tear. And you can usually see an indent in the soft dirt there from a previous wagon going through. On your first hour of traversing, you have seen what looks like 2 diversions and 1 full stop. So one of them looks like it went off into the woods to the right. One of them looks like it went off to the woods to the left, and these are about 500 feet apart from each other, and one of them looks like it just stopped in the middle of the road, but it is not there.
Should we kind of just choose one to go down and move from there?
That is up to you. We are at the point in the adventure where it is more up. I will narrate and respond to what you as players would like to do. So if you would like to go straight, if you would like to continue, you can. If you would like to go down the right, the left, or just stop and attempt to fan out and look for more information or whatever, that is up to you guys. My role as the keeper is a bit more reactionary here, to try and explain what is going to happen due to your actions.
Okay.
Kind of interested in the stopping one.
Yeah, I think I am too.
All right, so you guys, go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't say anything. My dog
Yeah.
barked.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I thought that was somebody trying to say something.
No.
My apologies. All right, so you guys continue up to where these trails kind of stopped, and like I explained earlier, the wheel wells continue on, so you can, as you know, it is well traversed. However, I need who is driving? That was Jillian, correct?
Yep, that would be me.
All right, so do you get to where those trails stop? Do you stop the cart or do you continue moving to get past it?
I think I would continue going.
All right, in that case, I need you to read a bad situation.
Okay, let me look at that. Read a bad situation. I will roll.
For the viewers, I will explain while she is rolling. The read a bad situation is the second skill. There are only 2 that allow you to ask questions. Those questions are: what is my best way in? What is my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? And what's most vulnerable to me? And what is the best way to protect the victims?
Okay. So I rolled a 6, but I have +1 sharp, so that's a 7.
Right, so you get a hold 1.
Does that mean I get to ask one question?
1 question.
Okay. My question is, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Very good. So you continue moving, and as you continue moving, you just get this sense, this tingle on the back of your neck, and you look around and you listen, and as you're listening, you hear the beat of what sound like large, leathery wings. This gives you enough time to do something to avoid this unseen monster that is diving out of the clouds towards your caravan. So basically, you get to act first. Speaking, you can talk however you would like, whenever you would like, to your friends. But reminder for everybody else: Jillian is the only one that knows about this at the moment. So if she doesn't inform you of it, there's no reason for you to act on the knowledge I just provided her.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna yell, "Scatter!" and I'm gonna jump out of the wagon.
See, I was napping, and so when I hear scatter, I'm like, and I promptly fall off the cart anyway.
Word.
All right, so you all jump off of the cart as what looks like a large reptilian monster that some could consider to look worm-like, worm being W-Y-R-M, not like an earthworm, W-Y-R-M, swoops down, sinks its large talons into the carriage, and promptly, flaps its wings a couple times, picks up dust, and would attempt to knock everybody over on their butts and lift up this wagon, horse still attached, and attempt to start flying away.
Oh no.
Is there anything we could do to save the horses?
I have maybe an idea, because my weapon that I have is a razor whip. So could I attempt to cut off, I guess, I don't know a lot about carriages, but whatever like the ropes are that connect like the horse to the carriage.
The reins.
Yeah, that.
Sure. This is the perfect opportunity for you to roll Act Under Pressure. So, while acting under pressure, this covers trying to do something under conditions of particular stress or danger. So example, and there gives me an example in here, but what you are doing is a perfect example of acting under pressure. So go ahead and roll plus your cool.
Which is 0 for me.
So it's just a straight
Oh
dice
no!
roll.
Oh no!
Failed.
No, horses.
Oh.
Okay,
God,
so
did they?
for the audience, Ergo just rolled a 2, Snake Eyes. And I will read word for word what happens, so, out of the book. So when you act under pressure, roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, you do what you set out to do. On a 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. On a miss, things go to hell. So, you attempt to use your razor whip to cut you attempt to use your razor whip to cut these horses free. And how much damage, how much harm does your razor whip deal?
Does a lot. It's a 3 harm area and also messy in the description.
Oh.
All right. So what I'm gonna say is, I will give you a choice. So I know on a miss things go to hell, but I will still give you a choice. None of the choices are going to be good, but I will let you choose what happens. You may either kill the horse, or you can lose your weapon temporarily. It will get stuck in the leather, it will get wrapped around the wood, and it will be pulled out of your hands. Your third option, so you have 3, your third option is that the whip gets stuck, but you hold on to it and start getting taken with the carriage and the horse.
You know, that sounds like the most fun, so I'll go with that last one.
And then I immediately try to jump on top of him so he doesn't like fly away. Try to keep him grounded.
Okay.
All right. I
Would that be
believe
help out or protect someone?
I will. Yeah, that would be a protect someone, because he's already failed his act under pressure roll, so he is now a victim in this, and she is attempting to protect someone. Also, I know Jillian sent a message in the thing trying to use her vines to do the same thing. Typically, in Monster of the Week, if somebody fails on something, that kind of counts for the whole party. So you failed to free the horse, which means not everybody is going to get a chance to try and free the horse. So you put your... Yep. Ergo has put himself in a dangerous situation, and Grezy is trying to protect somebody. So go ahead and roll protect somebody. Make sure to add your tough to this.
Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, so.
DM.
You
Yes.
roll.
Tall Bison in the chat says mark experience ?
Oh, yes. When you fail, you mark experience. I forgot to mention this early. So when you mark experience, if you reach 5 experience, you level up, and you get to choose an improvement. Yes, thank you for reminding. Yeah, so failing is how you level up. You don't level up through success or through story. You level up through failing.
I have learned from this experience.
High five.
We,
Exactly.
We could not have had a more opposite roll on that one.
Boxcars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
1-1 to 6-6.
Yep.
So
I
on
will
a
be
full-
right back. Feel free to continue without me for a second.
No
Okay.
problem. So on a full success, on any success, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm that they were going to get. But on a 10 plus, you get to choose an extra. You suffer little harm, so -1 harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back. I will say, of those options for this, you cannot choose all impending danger is now focused on you because that doesn't make sense for the situation you found yourself in.
Right.
But any of the other 3 do make sense.
Let's see. What would holding the enemy back mean? Would that just mean
That would-
they-
In this situation, holding the enemy back would look something like getting them away from it. So whether or not it's like you being a dragon, you grab him and roar, and the dragon kind of like flaps away a little bit extra, or you know, basically you're removing him from it, which is pushing the enemy farther away. Otherwise, the dragon is still going to be near. He's not going to fly off as far or get as far away.
Okay. Let's go with that one then. Yes.
So you are able to jump up. You are able to grab a hold of Ergo, and you're able to kind of like wrestle and like squirm around, and his whip gets untangled, and you are both able to fall to the ground. And you weren't too far up in the air because you were able to do this rather quickly. And with holding the enemy back, he is farther away and posing less of a threat to you all immediately. So you notice that the worm-like creature is flying towards the mountains, which look to be like an hour or 2 walk away from your current position.
I guess that we have no choice but to walk for it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's hoof it.
Now that we're at a lull, though, can I do my Destiny's Plaything?
Yep. Now that we're at a lull,
Okay.
you can do your Destiny's Play thing.
So I roll versus plus my weird. On a 10 plus, the keeper will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery. On a 7 to 9, you get vague hint. On a miss, something bad is going to happen to you. So let's roll for this. Roll 2d6. 7 plus 2, I got a 9.
9. All right. So the vague hint that everybody sees Damien's eyes kind of glow an iridescent color for a moment as they like flicker in and out. If you've been traveling with him for a while, you've seen his eyes do this before, sometimes longer and brighter, sometimes they do this momentary flickering thing, and sometimes they light up and then immediately go back to normal. So Daimien, this is information that only you know. You can share it with the rest of your party if you so choose. But the vague hint is that you know that this creature does not have front appendages. It is bipedal.
What?
So it only has back legs, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Nice.
For those who
Yeah,
know a lot about monsters in general, you should be able to figure out what type of monster this is.
So, I figure, I don't think that's information I can't share with the party.
That's yep. No,
No.
you are correct.
No, I'll share that with everyone. And I was just sitting here laughing while you were explaining that though, because on my actual model, I have the ability to make my eyes glow when I get angry.
Yo.
Whoa.
So actually, I was just kind of laughing that you were almost like detailing an actual thing I can do with my model.
Just as prophesied.
He just knew.
I mean, you did choose the chosen.
Yeah.
Choose the chosen. Say that a million times fast.
Or did the chosen choose me?
Choose it.
All right. So you all continue towards the mountain. You all said that you wanted to hoof it towards the mountain.
We gotta
Yeah.
save the horse.
Yeah.
Oh, and also all
The
the,
most
other missing
important-
people, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
What would you guys like to do on your way there? What approach are you taking? How are you handling this walk, this hike towards the mountains?
I personally am looking at all of the foliage and plants that are along the way, if there are any.
You are walking through a forest, so yes, there would be.
Word. Okay.
I'm asking the hypothetical, or not the hypothetical, I guess it would be hypothetical, but the question of like how this has happened more than once in such a convenient, similar spot. Like, we're not the first one that this creature has picked up on the same spot. Just kind
Okay.
of voicing my opinion, my thoughts out loud, sort of thing.
Yeah, it is kind of a little weird, little sussy.
Like, you could say that it's its hunting ground, but also maybe it's like specifically being sent there.
Yeah.
Since, I mean, this mountain we're going to seems pretty far away. It seems like it would be odd for it just to come out to this specific road.
True.
Okay, so that's all very good, but that still doesn't answer the question. Are you trudging through? Are you just like going
Oh,
head
okay.
first, like running through, or are you taking a more stealthy approach? Are you trying to look to see if it's landed anywhere, because it has flown out of your like view? You saw it head towards the mountains, north towards the mountains, and once you've entered the forest, the foliage kind of blocks out your line of sight with this winged beast.
Nice.
So
I'd just be kind of just traveling casually towards that direction, at the ready in case something else were to pop out.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That is perfect. So
just trying to, like-
after go ahead. Sorry.
I was just like, and trying to kind of like keep my bearings to make sure that like we're still heading in the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, after a bit, due to your more readied approach, about what you would guess to be 3/4 of the way there, I need, I believe, Daimien, you were the one who said it. I need you to read a bad situation for me.
Okay. Do another roll.
Yep.
2d6.
It's-
7 plus 2.
Yeah.
9. You get a hold 1. So you may ask one question.
Let me read a bad situation, right? Or is
Yep.
okay. So we're still walking through the forest, right?
Correct.
I guess ask the same question Jillian did. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
So you notice out of the corner of your eye that, you know, you had this strange sense that you might have been followed or tracked or even watched as you're walking. But as you get closer to the mountain and as the incline gets higher, so instead of just walking across a flat surface, you're like walking up a hill towards the mountainous region. The trees and the foliage gets a little bit sparser, so you're able to notice more things. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot a short, leathery, scaled figure who's about 2 to 3 feet tall, and he's like hiding behind trees, peeking out. And as you guys keep walking, once you get a good distance away, you'll see him like scurry to another one. But he doesn't. He's keeping his distance from you. He's not getting closer than 100 feet from you guys.
So can I just call out to him? Why are you following us?
Yeah, I mean, you yell out, "Why are you following us?" And the moment this being sees that you make eye contact with him, you see a pair of leathery, bat-like wings unfold from his back, and you just kind of hear him yell something in a language you've never heard before. Grezy would understand this, being that she is a dragon. This is Draconic, as it screams, as it flies.
I don't know if that was supposed to be legible, but it was not.
I mean, I understood it perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Grezy, it says, "I've been spotted," as it flies away. Nobody else hears it say that. It just sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and it's hoofing it. Like, it is now. It's also above the foliage, but it is flying up the mountain.
Can I make an attempt to kick some ass with my vines? Or is he like too far away?
You could use magic, but he is too far away for you to kick some ass. If you wanted to hurl a spell at him, you can do that. But he's kick some ass is for like when you're within 5 feet of the opponent, unless you had a crossbow or a bow or a ranged weapon, which I don't believe you do.
No. And we don't have like class-specific spells.
Nope. You basically use some magic. You get to basically create your spell.
Okay. Let me roll. I can just copy and paste this. I don't know why I was typing it out. Okay. I got a 10, and magic is plus weird, and I have 3 weird, so...
That's a 13.
That is a 13. Do I get to describe what my magic looks like?
Yes, but you must first choose your effect.
Oh.
So, for the listeners, I will list the effects. Inflict harm, 1 harm, ignore armor, magic, obvious. Enchant a weapon. It gains +1 harm and plus magic.
Oh.
Do one thing that is beyond human limitations. Bar a place or portal from a specific person or type of creature. Trap a specific person, minion, or monster. Banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place it inhabits. Summon a monster into the world. Communicate with something that you do not share a language with. Observe another place or time. Or heal 1 harm from an injury, or cure a disease, or neutralize a poison.
Okay. So, I'm going to trap a specific person. I'm going to trap the little guy and my magic looks like a beam of like green light, and it like a rope. It just kind of like wraps around him, like a vine.
Absolutely. You shoot this green laser beam from your hand. It hits this flying reptilian monster, and it wraps around him, encasing him in these vines. And all you guys hear again is just indistinguishable screaming. But Grezy hears, "What's this? Oh, shit!" And then he falls, and you just hear a thud, and you hear a... Because he was in the air when you hit him with this, so he falls.
Yeah. Does he like fall in the distance? Like, do we have to like run and get him?
Yeah, but that's... You guys can just do that, so...
Word.
Yeah, he falls about like 100 feet in the distance. You guys are all able to get up to him, and yeah, he's sitting there, and he's just like...
I love this.
You see him start trying to gnaw on the vines to get them to break.
Is he doing that successfully?
No.
Okay, word.
Should I try to talk with him? If I can understand him, should I try to speak with him?
That would definitely be a good idea.
He doesn't seem to be giving off any indication that he knows you understand him.
Mm.
You just kind of hear him mumbling various curse words and swears and, you know, shit under his breath as he's, you know, can't believe I gotta warn everybody. I'm so gonna... Why are these vines so strong? Oh my god! What the... I can't... I'm gonna chip another tooth.
Can I just like roar at him really loudly to try to like snap him out of it?
Yeah, you can roar at him, and he kind of just his head snaps and looks at you.
Wait. Grezy, can we get a roar?
Roar.
Okay.
His head kind of just like snaps and looks at you, and you just hear him go, "Can you understand me?"
Yeah, dude.
Like, crap. No Dracano English.
What?
Shit.
Watch your profanity, young man.
Maybe ask him what he's doing here.
I'm just gonna chew on this vine some more.
I wouldn't recommend it, man. You almost lost your tooth. By the by, what you doing here?
Go ahead and roll manipulate someone for me.
Let's see.
Normally, I will say this. Normally, you are not able to manipulate monsters. However, being that you guys share a bloodline, I will allow it for this specific situation.
Okay. So I have 5 plus 2 for the charm, so that's 7?
All right. So, for manipulate somebody, you roll plus charm, which you did. For an NPC, on a 7 to 9, they will do what you ask, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask for too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So, this guy kind of just looks at you and is just like, "If you get these vines off of me, I will talk. But I will say nothing until with these vines on me." Goes back Goes back to gnawing on them.
I guess if you know what, I think we could take him if he tries to run off. So like Jillian, let's see
Yeah.
if taking those vines off works.
I am very hesitant to do it, but Grezy thinks it's a good idea, so I'll take the vines off of him.
You see him like stretch his arms comically, like he just got out of bed, and his wings kind of like stretch out like winged things do when they are also stretching. And you like see for a moment this little man just kind of like looks at all of you, looks over his shoulder, contemplates running away, but goes, "I'm a kobold from the nest of kobolds that's worshipping the big winged thing up there. Can I go now?" He says this in Draconic, so only Grezy knows this. But if Grezy wishes to say that she translates, then you guys can all just say you understand it.
Yeah, I'll translate for him. I'll be cool.
Right. I have a question then, if she wants to ask it back. What so does that mean you weren't out here for us? Because he was following us, right? But was he really there for us, or just following us to the creature?
He like, I mean, I'm a scout. I, watch to see if the people either die or continue living, and, report back with what's happening. And you guys are real close to where I was gonna report back and be like, "Intruder, intruder! Let's kill them, boil their bones, and eat their meat."
No like.
I'm a kobold, what do you expect?
I mean, fair point, I guess.
I would literally eat anything. I'm like, this is a stereotype. I don't approve this, but some people say that kobolds are like rats and will eat anything.
Gee, me too.
What if we, now I don't know, team, we might have to huddle and decide if this is a good idea. What if we give him the ale? What if we get him drunk? Do you think that'll help us at all?
Wait, didn't that combine with the cheese though, or are they separate in the pocket dimension?
He might love that.
Well, you didn't get any
I don't think
cheese
we got
in the
any
pocket
cheese.
dimension. Yeah, you
I
just.
think I just have the ale.
You just have the ale. What do you think? We could save the ale, but I don't know. Would that work?
I think it's a pretty good bet.
I'd say go for it.
Okay. So like I'll take out the ale from my pocket dimension, and I guess I give it to Grezy since she's the one who can talk to him, and I say like, bribe him with this, and ask him if he can show us where their their lair is.
Okay, so
does that make sense?
Should I roll?
No, so that's one thing that this game is really good about is you've already manipulated him. You've done what he said, so unless you take an aggressive action against him, he's kind of like Play-Doh in your hands right now. This game is trying to minimize how many rolls you do, so that way you can tell more of the story in a shorter period of time. So you have this ale, and he's like, what are you doing with that ale? You see him like,
you. If you show us where where you're headed, we'll give it to you. Maybe you can join.
You see him like lick his lips furiously. I don't know if I can get this noise on camera, but you see him just kind of like.
Please don't stop!
Avery.
And he's like, well, you guys are the nicest adventurer, like kobold killers I've met. This is a tough one, 'cause if I tell you my brothers and sisters and master up there will kill me. But if I don't tell you, I assume that y'all will just kill me. What a real pickle I'm in. He like takes the ale and like starts drinking it and is like, I'll tell you what. Takes a long gulp of the ale. Man, this shit's good. Real kick it in because I'm like 20 pounds soaking wet, so my blood alcohol content is gonna be like 50%.
We might just like kill him from alcohol poisoning if that's possible.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you what. My name is Snod.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it is. It's my real God-given or Tiamat-given name. I am Snod.
Water.
If I do this, can I be a part of the adventuring group?
I mean, yeah, I translate to everybody, and I'm like, I shrug, going like, I mean,
Sure,
Can
why
I
not?
Can I join the party? Can
If
I be like a real boy now?
If he steps out of line, we get a curb stomp him.
yeah, we
So-
Oh, that's understandable. I understand that the trust is at like an all-time low right now. But hopefully we can go on more adventures and we can like, build this trust up to where, I can be like Snod, the great adventurer of the hidden realms or whatever. Let me write down this character's name so I don't forget it.
I was
Snod.
stretching for your redeem, Grezy, and I just popped my neck.
yeah.
Hell of a stretch.
Rich.
I'm gonna take the awkward silence as a yes.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
Y'all,
yeah.
cool. Here we have to create like a handshake, so like a secret handshake, so that way you guys know I'm not just gonna betray you when we go up there. Like secret handshakes are like the law in kobold culture.
OMG. Can we
Like-
touch tips of our middle fingers?
Absolutely.
Something really classy.
Absolutely. So he reaches out his middle finger, pokes your middle finger, and is like, "This is like better than like a bugbear life debt. It's like this is real
Okay.
now."
I feel the special kinship here now.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and just follow me. I'll lead you right to this cave. Just a warning. The big one, he eats us small ones when we step out of line. So like, he's really mean. Just a warning.
Noted.
We'll see once we kill it, then you won't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
that cool.
dude, that would be a life change. That would be like the best thing ever. I can tell you his name.
Oh yeah.
Give me the keeper like 4 seconds to pull up dragon random names on Google.
That's a weird name.
Yeah, what's Google?
Fantasy Google.
Oh, fantasy Google.
On his fantasy cell phone.
You know what? I've also heard of fantasy Costco before.
Book. It's just a book. Not fantasy
It's a book.
Google. It's just a book.
Yeah. His name is
Journal is his diary.
his name is Umric.
Oh, Umric.
Ubrick.
Yeah.
I had an
That's
uncle with that name once.
Oh,
Oh.
hopefully it's not the same person.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
Family reunions, am I right?
Oh god.
I give him a hearty slap on the back and he falls over.
Absolutely, he does. You probably inflict like one harm to this kobold, and that puts him.
Oops, my bad.
He's like, it's okay. I already made the kobold handshake. I can't back out of it now.
I mean, don't worry, I can heal you, I think, if I remember my stats correctly.
Yeah. Anyways. So, you all are now led by this kobold named Snod up the mountain. And you all reach the opening of this big cave. It's like 30 feet tall, 30 feet wide, and, you know, just like in every fantasy movie or video game ever, there's this comically large boulder right near the center that you guys are all able to hide in front of, or hide behind, to be able to peek over and look into the cave. What would you guys like to do? How would you like to approach this? What I am going to do for you, because Snod, if you value his life, is not going to be able to participate in any combat. But I will grant you guys a...
It's not sit.
I will grant you guys a passive +1 to read a bad situation rolls and investigate a mystery rolls for having somebody who has lived in this cave before. He knows the layout. He is basically... He is a boon to you guys for this portion of the mystery.
Does anyone here have like a good plus sharp?
I think Daimien is the
Yes,
sharpest one.
that's me.
You should either read a bad situation or investigate a mystery for him.
Just 1 second to get me back to the questions here. There we go.
I'm going to say read a bad situation is going to be the one that you're going to want to roll, because its questions pertain more to the situation you're in than investigate a mystery at the moment.
All right, roll again. 10 plus 2.
Nice.
All right, so you get to hold 3.
They're gonna ask 3 questions.
Yep.
All right. I guess the first one, probably the easiest one to ask, is what's the best way in?
Yep. So, Snod explains to you how this cavern here is kind of split into 3 separate chambers. You have the cave, this big opening, and then you have a right and a left cavern once you get deeper in. This opening cavern is where the remnants and the unimportant things are discarded to. So, like the wagons, the horse carcasses, the... Well, they're all eaten, because this thing is rather large, and it is his sustenance. And the kobolds here take watches, and he said that in like 20 minutes is his watch, which he won't be there for, which would give you guys a good opportunity to go in. So basically he says wait for 20 minutes and we should have a fairly easy way in.
All right. Next question I'll ask, any dangers we haven't noticed?
Snod fills you in on various traps that they have laid. So the right cavern is where the kobolds and the prisoners reside. The prisoners are kept in a hanging cage above in the middle of the cavern, and they have set traps around all of the mechanisms to lower the cage, because all of the kobolds have wings, so they just fly the prisoners up there rather than lowering and raising the cages. Other
right.
than that, he doesn't know of any other dangers that you haven't noticed. I will give you this: the left cavern is the one where the big master, as he puts it, resides.
All right. And I'll ask this one because of how you answered the first question. What's the best way out?
The best way out would... That's a hard one to answer. So, he says that if you want to get out and get the prisoners that are still alive out, you would need to defeat the big thing, the big master reptile. Because with him alive, nobody would be able to get out fairly easily or unscathed.
All right.
Word. Alright. So,
All right. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like our general strategy, if everybody agrees. So like he was saying, we go in when it's supposed to be his Snod's turn to take watch, and I say we just like go for the big thing, and just try to take it down, and then from there try to rescue the prisoners.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out what to do with, I guess, the rest of the kobolds when we get to that. I don't know.
you said that the first room area is like where all the discarded stuff is, correct?
Yes. Oh, something I should have mentioned is that the kobold room is too small for the big guy to fit in.
Interesting.
So it's like a smaller tunnel that leads to where the kobolds hang out and where the prisoners are. The big winged thing can't fit through there.
What I'm thinking is that if the big guy gets attacked, we're gonna have like people rush in to try and like save him. It might be a bit easier to just like sneak attack the kobolds first, since the
Okay.
big guy can't fit in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Word. Also in the first room / area, would there be anything to loot? Like, would anything in there be useful? Do I have to roll?
I can tell you this for free because you have Snod. Anything of value or anything cool, the kobolds probably would have brought
okay.
into the big room with the big winged thing to add to his piles.
Okay.
So, what actions would you guys like to take?
Is this once Snod is on watch, or do we gotta wait a bit?
Yeah, we'll say that we fast forward 20 minutes. It is now Snod's watch.
Okay.
All right. Do we go in with stealth, or should we go in like guns blazing, or?
I would say we can attempt to stealth.
We could, yeah, because we've got a friend on the inside now, so maybe we could even convince them to leave. I don't know if that would work. Less mess.
Snod kind of pipes up and is like, unless you're gonna entangle all of them and like threaten all of their lives with bodily harm, it's gonna be harder to convince like 7 kobolds rather than 1. And you've convinced me. I'm on board for all of this. Just make sure you kill Snobby first. He owes me money.
Word.
Noted.
Uh-oh.
You'll have to point him out.
Absolutely, I will.
Do you think, like, when we go in, do you think that I should try to... Oh, wait, I can only trap a specific person.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could attempt to trap all of them, but that would be considered big magic. And with
Ooh.
big magic, they are so there are certain things that you would be needed in order to cast big magic spells. So for example, I get to pick one, you would get to pick one. You know, you need to spend a lot of time, days or weeks, researching the magic ritual. You need to experiment with the spell. There will be lots of failures before you get it right. You need some rare and weird ingredient and supplies. The spell will take a long time, hours or days to cast. You need a lot of people to help. The spell needs to be cast at a particular place or time, and you need to use magic, so roll plus use magic as a part of the ritual, perhaps to summon a monster, communicate with something, or bar the portal you opened, or it will have specific dangerous side effects.
Hmm.
Can I suggest something for our magic users? Is that one of the effects of magic is barring a place or portal to a person or type of creature. So if we can get the prisoners, we can bar the tunnel to kobolds so that the kobolds cannot follow us out of their own cave.
True. And Ergo, you have wings, right?
I have, yeah, one of my abilities is that I can go instantly to anywhere that I've visited before.
Hmm.
And I can carry one or two people, but then I have to roll for it.
Gotcha.
Angel Wings is the ability, I believe.
Right.
Okay. Because I was gonna say, if you can fly up to the cage that the prisoners are in, like, that might be something. Before we do anything, I do believe that I have to take my dog out. So I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to pause the campaign for a second and run an ad while I'm away.
Yeah, advert.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to my be right back screen and I'll be back in tops 3 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Will they be able to hear us?
No, I'm gonna...
Live!
We're back!
Ooh.
Greetings.
Oh, Ergo's gone now.
He'll pop back up.
Ergo.
Yeah.
Ergo, where'd you go?
I'm
Ergo
invisible,
got snapped.
fine.
Ergo, go.
Oh no.
He already flew to the cage.
Yep. I already rushed
He
in.
is already there.
Magnus.
I'm just fighting all the kobolds.
Okay,
He just forgot to leave an after image.
So,
there we go.
as we are probably, I will never rule out an alternative, as we are probably about to enter some form of combat, I would like to explain Kick Some Ass, as it is, I believe, one of the only moves that we have not used yet. So, Kick Some Ass is used to fight something that is fighting you back. So sometimes when you're fighting, you will use either Kick Some Ass or Act Under Pressure, depending on whether or not the creature is directly aggroed on you or even views you as a threat. So if you are fighting something directly, you roll plus tough or plus whatever your playbook, your class tells you to. Now, one of the rules in fighting in this game is that you deal harm and it will deal harm back to you, because almost nobody gets out of a fight unscathed. So if you roll 7, 8, 9, you will deal damage and it will deal damage back to you. That is just the rule of fighting, because if you're in a fist fight, unless you can KO somebody with your first punch, they're probably going to be able to hit you back.
Word. Ow.
Also, losing a Kick Some Ass roll, it literally says here, so on a miss, on a fail, you get your ass kicked instead. You suffer harm or get captured, but don't inflict any harm back. All right, so let us pick up back from where we were. What is the plan? Are you guys going to... You guys said you wanted to go for the Kobold Cavern first. Are you sneaking in there? Are you... going in guns a-blazing? Are you attempting to use magic?
Yeah, I think I'll be using magic for the trap. Wait, what? Hold on.
Bar
Where is
a
it?
place
Bar,
or
yeah,
portal
bar
to
a
a
place
specific
or
person?
Yep.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
I will roll.
Are you doing this while you are in the tunnel or before you go in the tunnel?
Wouldn't it be like while I'm in the tunnel?
Yeah, we're probably like getting ready to go in.
All right. So
Oh my
are you
God.
barring the front or the back? So it's a tunnel. There are two holes.
The back, like closer to the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because
and
I feel
give
like
me-
that makes a big difference. I rolled already, and it's plus
Okay.
3 weird. So
Oh, another 13.
yeah, I'm just really
Yeah.
lucky today.
So you successfully bar that. It would have been funny if you had barred the front one, because Snod would have just ran face first into it because he is a kobold.
Yep.
So you barred that, and describe your magic for me.
A green, sparkly, like, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like, screen?
Like a force field.
Yeah, force field's a good word. Glittery green force field appears over the entrance.
Right. So you draw some like sigils in the air, and you like snap your finger, and this glistening green screen appears over the doorway or the entryway to this cavern at the end of the thing. You all hear some muffled "what the what?" as the doorway just started glowing green. So all the kobolds inside are very surprised by this.
Mm-hmm.
And you even see some of them run up to the door and like face plant into it as they just hit it, running full speed, and like bounce back, and you know, various swear words are thrown back and forth, you know, and you hear them start to just shout, just yell, just "What's happening?" Stuff like that.
Feel
And you all hear some rumbling from behind you.
that.
And Snod kind of goes, "Uh-oh. Yumrick has been awoken."
Oh, he's got some good hearing.
Can
Right?
little Sneed
I
guy
guess we're in
hide
a
in the
cave, but
tunnel at least?
What?
Can our little Sneed guy hide in the tunnel at least?
Snod?
Snod, yes. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, he is like, "Oh yeah, I'm hide here. Just I don't want to die."
Word.
Yeah, so what are you all doing? You guys are kind of in between a rock and a hard place. All of the kobolds are alert to you, and you guys hear rumbling as you assume the big boss is coming to kind of close off your entrance to the other side of this tunnel that you are in.
Here's what I would propose: is that now that we have the kobolds separated, if we take care of the big thing first, what if we do that and then say like, well, we've killed your boss. Maybe then at that point we can just convince the kobolds to surrender, or at least not be hostile.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'm
that-
behind that.
Sound like an idea?
Word. I'm down.
Sure.
All right. So you guys, I'm assuming, exit the tunnel and are back in that main cavernous room, and you guys see
Oh my
this
God.
big.
I'll be right
I'm
back.
just I'm just gonna say what it is. We'll have Jillian go last in the turn order, because I'm sure people listening and you guys have probably put it together. This is a wyvern or wyvern, however you want to pronounce it.
I should ask, did you guys hear the vacuuming?
No.
Okay,
No.
we're fine then.
Got some good noise cancellation.
Yeah.
Starts moving out of its cavernous area. So this wyvern is about 10 feet tall, and what wyverns are they are a dragon adjacent. So dragons are they have 2 front feet, 2 back feet, and wings. Wyverns only have back feet, they don't have front feet, and their front feet are wings. So think like Skyrim dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
or like a
so
bat,
it's
basically.
Yeah.
so it's 10 feet tall. How tall is the caravan? Like the cavern, I mean, sorry.
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
All right. Hmm.
Is-
So
I remember the information I was given that I shared with the party with my Destiny's Plaything is you told me it has 2 back legs, which
Yep.
makes me feel like that's important information I should, like to consider in the fight.
Yep.
Mhm.
You can information like that, you can use that to do something that will give you an advantage. For example, I don't want to give you I don't want to give you examples, but like think of things that will negatively affect something that only has 2 feet or doesn't have arms, stuff like that.
Mhm.
It might be able to grant you advantages, but because it was just a hint, it's not going to grant you a advantage from your vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking, like, we can use magic to attack too, right? We don't have to use necessarily just kick your ass or kick some ass. I mean,
Correct. But I guarantee that your magic, unless you have something in your playbook, is going to deal less damage than your weapons.
I'm just thinking because I have a -1 in tough, so
No, I understand.
yeah. Though my weapon does have a magic tag on it, so does that affect anything?
There are monsters that are like immune to non-magic damage. So it would affect things like that.
Like if you're trying to hit like a ghost or something.
So
Yeah, exactly.
is the wyvern in front of us yet? Like, has it entered the room we're in?
It's like just entering the room. It is leaving its cavern to the left, and it is starting to enter into this room. You guys have about like 30 feet of distance between your group and the wyvern.
Okay. I have an idea. I'm thinking because my weapon is it's throwable. So I was thinking of maybe because the cavern's only 30 feet, so the cavern is, like 3 times the size of the wyvern. That if we were to take out one of its back legs to maintain its agility, it would have to fly, but it would be flying in a very restricted area, restricted space, which we might be able to take advantage of in different ways.
Mm-hmm. True.
And I'm thinking of like throwing my weapon at its back leg to try and like take out the leg.
Okay. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'll go for that.
All right, I will have you roll act under pressure
Okay.
for this attack.
That's much better because I am at +1 for cool. All right. Roll. 7 + 1, so 8.
All right. So, what is the harm on your weapon for me, so I can keep track of how much damage is dealt?
Handle means nothing, right? It's just the business end.
Yeah.
It's just 1 for blade.
1 harm.
Yeah. The other's
All
throwable
right.
and then artifact, so they don't have any pluses.
Yeah. It should. Let me look at this playbook. +1. Oh. So you chose the handle, the artifact, the blade, and throwable.
Yep.
Yeah, so it does 2. So handle means
Oh, okay.
it comes with 1
Inherent.
harm
Okay,
base.
okay.
Blade gives it +1 harm, and then throwable just adds the close tag, which means you can throw it. So
Okay.
yep, so it's 2 harm, and with a mixed success, what I will say is you are able to. I'll give you the options. So here are the options, because on a mixed success, I will give you 2 to 3 options, and you have to choose one of them. You can either deal the damage to it and get some damage on it, but it will not pin it or immobilize it or anything like that, or you can kind of pin its leg or like immobilize its leg. So you can either immobilize its leg, deal the damage, or you can immobilize and deal the damage, but your weapon is going to be stuck over there. You're not going to be able to get it back.
I'll go with the third one because that was kind of my intention from in the first place.
All right. So you throw. Can you describe your weapon for everybody?
Yeah, it's a scepter saber, so it's kind of like has like a glowing front end and sort of like it's kind of like a switch weapon where it's like a scepter held one way and it's a sword held in the other way, and it can be thrown. And it has like the scepter part can glow. Like it's actually a part of my model too.
Yeah, I had a picture
yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I can put it on stream in a second. Looking for it.
So you throw your saber, and it sticks into Yumrik's foot and kind of like pierces through into the ground. And you hear him let out like a roar, and Grezy, again, being that you are the only draconic speaker here, you kind of just hear him rumble and say like, your invasion will be put to a swift end.
Sweet. I'm trying to decide, should I try talking with him at all? I don't think there's going to be any reasoning. He doesn't seem like he already thinks
I've
he's got
already
it.
stabbed his foot too, so I doubt he's gonna want to.
So that ship might have sailed already.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
We're gonna go in order of the Discord chat that I see. So, Ergo or Grezy, what would you like to do? Because we are kind of in like a turn, kind of like in a turn-based situation right now.
Well, he's already been stuck in the foot, right? So I can use. Like I was thinking about trying to trip him up using magic, using my water to make him slip. Because if we can get him to fall down, we might have the upper hand on it.
Word.
Yeah.
So, okay. Use magic. I would say that this is probably to trap a specific monster. So go ahead and give me a use magic roll for this.
Okay. So that would be plus weird.
Correct.
Yeah, and I have like plus3 weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do.
You're very weird.
I am very weird.
Relatable.
9 plus 3.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we got 12.
Cool. So the magic works without issue. Choose your effect. You're trying to trap a specific person or monster by basically turning the floor underneath him muddy and wet and slippery. Yeah, so you basically see him with his good foot slip on the mud and like fall down to a knee, and he puts one of his wings on the ground. Yeah, so he is in a much more vulnerable position. What I will allow this to do is I will allow it to give a +1, or no, I will grant 1 hold to the next person that interacts with this person, with the wyvern.
Okay. So, if I'm going next, I suppose I will just try to kick some ass.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna go up and attempt to kick some ass. Go ahead and roll a kick some ass roll.
Kick ass roll.
Let's see. Oh no, 5. Okay, I have +2 tough at least.
And you get the +1 from the compromising position, which will put you at a mixed success.
Right.
Yay.
So on a success, you and whatever you are fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. So what is the harm rating of your weapon?
Right. So I have the razor whip. It does 3 harm, and it's also messy. It's messy and holy, if that matters.
Yeah.
It's a holy mess.
I guess I'm just going like just for his face, pretty much, at this
Yeah.
point.
Which makes sense, because as you're basically whipping this whip at him, he attempts to take a bite at you, and will kind of not, because he's in such a disparaging position, he won't get the bite, but he will kind of like knock into you with his head, basically headbutt you. And we will have that inflict 2 harm.
Okay. Ouch.
Yep. And if you guys have armor or any moves that allow you to take minus harms, make sure you keep track of that. Now, how harm and armor works is it's a deduction. So if you have 1 armor and somebody deals 1 harm to you, you take nothing. If you have 1 armor and somebody takes 2 harm to you, you take 1. So it reduces the damage you take for every time you would take damage.
Yeah, it actually looks like as the divine, I get like one armor. So
So you will.
1.
Yep, you will only take 1 harm from the headbutt.
That's good.
And-
Just a little bruise.
I have a
Jillian,
question.
it is. Go ahead.
Do wyverns breathe fire?
You can take your turn to read a bad situation, to investigate a mystery, to try and figure this out.
Okay,
But that will
never
take your
mind.
turn.
I want to kick some ass. And
All right.
because I am a monstrous, I have unholy strength. This is one of my checked thing. So roll plus weird instead of tough when you kick some ass, and I am +3 weird. So I'm gonna do some rolling. Alright. That's a 7 +3, that's 10.
So, on a kick some ass roll, if you roll a full success, you deal damage and you get to choose 1 extra effect. I will read out the extra effects for the listeners just so that they can hear it. You gain the advantage, take a +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter, which basically means on your next roll, or whatever you wish to use it on, you can grant yourself +1, or you can give this bonus to another of your party members. You inflict terrible harm, you deal 1 additional harm, you suffer less harm, you take 1 less harm from the beast, or you force them where you want them. Basically, move them out of the way, or, for example, if you did have the prisoners, you can move it away from innocent people, stuff like that. So, Jillian, you
Okay.
get to choose one of those.
I am going to inflict terrible harm. Alright, so that's +1. And I have base claws, which is a 2 harm hand. Does that mean that inflicts 2 harm?
That means you inflict 3 harm.
Okay, and then as my extra for natural attacks, add +1 harm to a base. So does that mean I inflict 4 harm?
Yes, that does mean you inflict 4 harm here.
PogChamp. Okay. Should I describe the attack?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So, if you see my stream, I have this little chibi guy. That's me, and I have like spikes on my vines. My vines have spikes on them. So I go out swinging with my vines and I slash at him with my spiky vines.
All right. And you kind of like step forward and like, do you summon them or are they attached to your body?
They kind of like pop out from my back and like go around me, kind of like spider legs. I don't know if that visual helps at all.
Yeah, I get
Okay.
you. So these vines pop out and they just start racking across this wyvern's body, and it deals some major harm. It looks like you with this attack have wounded its pride, as it has never
Worst kind of damage.
exactly. So, it in its rage is going to try and swing its arm and try and knock you away. It is going to inflict 2 harm to you.
Okay, and how do I take that? Like,
You on your book, you should have a harm bar. It should be right next to your luck bar, and you would mark 2 of the boxes unless you have armor or something
yeah.
that negates harm.
So I'm still doing pretty okay.
Yes, once you get to 3 is when you become unstable, and that's when you need to seek immediate medical or clerical, in this case, attention.
Okay, word.
So with all of this, you all have taken your stabs at this monster. He is going to try and fly up to get himself airborne, and in doing so, he is going to, flap his wings repeatedly to generate gusts of wind, which will pull his foot. It's no longer stuck in the ground, so the your saber, Daimien, is still there, and with this, he is going to knock you guys over to try and push you farther back. So yeah, you guys get pushed back about like 20 feet, probably to the cave's edge, and he is going to probably look at Jillian and lunge at you with his mouth
Okay.
to try and bite you.
Okay.
What would you like to do? You have a chance to respond.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
I, as the keeper, never roll. So if a monster is going to try and hurt you, you can respond. So you can either stand your ground and try and fist fight this dragon. You can try and
Yeah.
roll away. You can try and dodge. You can.
Would like
and-
rolling away or dodging be an act under pressure?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do that.
All right. So you're going to try and dodge out of the way
Yeah.
of this dragon's bite.
Let me roll. I get +1 on this. So let's see. Oh,
So you fail.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Miserably.
Oh no!
Now, I will open this up to everybody else. Protect someone is something that could come into effect here if somebody would like to attempt to do that. Otherwise, things are going to go bad for our good friend Jillian here.
I can.
You wanna
Well,
do
I
it?
was gonna say I have a fairly high tough stat, so yes, I I will try and stop it.
Do it.
Jillian,
I
mark
guess
Please.
I guess I would describe
Mark
it as
what?
like maybe using my whip to try and like grab onto it as it's lunging at her.
Okay,
What am
so
I
you're
marking?
trying to your experience. You failed to roll, so you
Okay.
get experience.
Word.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll.
Roll roll protect someone.
Nice.
Okay, so you prevent harm to another character. On a success, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all of the harm that they were going to get. Now, you rolled a 10. Or, well, you rolled more than a 10. So you get to choose one of the extra effects.
Let's see. I think for now I'll choose the suffering little harm.
Understandable.
Mhm.
So this bite, you're able to just reach out your whip, and with some just supernatural strength, you manifest it. You're able to pull this dragon, and his bite instead comes aimed directly at you, and it hurts. You will suffer 4 harm, but you are going to suffer 3 because you suffer little harm, and you said you have an armor, so you will actually only suffer 2.
2. Okay.
What
So
harm
now-
are you at?
Hmm?
How much harm
I
have you
a total,
taken?
I've taken a total of 3 now, so I'm
Ooh.
almost at the unstable part, but not quite.
All right, and we will move back. So, Daimien, you have an action if you would
All right.
like.
I already know what I'm gonna do because I don't have my weapon anymore. So, kicking some ass with no weapon and -1 tough is probably not a good idea.
True.
Fair.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use magic, and I'm gonna do the enchant a weapon, so it gets +1, and I'll use that on Ergo, since he's the strongest to attack closest to me. So like in the order.
All right.
So I'll roll for that. Roll 2d6. 10 + 2.
Perfect. So yeah, you are able to enchant his weapon. You reach out, and your eyes kind of glow for a second. And go ahead and describe what happens to Ergo's whip. What does your magic manifest on his weapon?
His weapon just starts to glow. The way kind of my scepter does, where it's kind of like a rainbow aura is glowing off of his whip now.
Perfect. And that will bring us to Ergo or Grezy. What would you guys like to do in this moment?
Well, I feel bad for my husband because he did just get chomped at. So I want to use some magic to try to heal him, so that he doesn't get worse off.
Okay.
Okay, I need to roll, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So I got a 5 plus, it's the weird, so 3, so that would be 8.
All right. So your intended effect is heal 1 harm from an an injury. So you will do this. So ergo, you can erase one of the harm marks. And Grezy, you get to choose a glitch. So the effect can either be weakened, the effect can be of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has problematic side effects. As the keeper, I can take some of those glitches away because they won't make sense for a situation like this. So the effect is weakened, and the effect of short duration will not apply to this. You can't choose those glitches because you're healing somebody.
Okay. I would say it, let's see. Oh gosh. I'm tempted to see what happens with the unwanted attention. You know what, but I'll take a harm point. Let's do it.
All right. So you basically transfer some of your life force into Ergo to stabilize him and make him better. Can you describe what your magic looks like? Because I don't believe we've seen your magic in effect yet.
No problem. So since being a water dragon, I have, water. So, I kind of liken it to, kind of like, I hate to say it, but like an avatar, the water over the hands almost. So I'm assuming I would just go ahead and like grab Ergo and like the blue aura around my hands. It takes some of that pain from him and puts it onto me.
Perfect. All right, I believe it is Ergo's. It is your action now.
Okay. Let's see. Well, trying to think if there's what is there anything in particular I could do. I mean, I'm just gonna kick some more ass, I suppose, and hope it doesn't go poorly for me.
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna hit him. I got my powered up whip, so I'll give him another slash, probably like just right like in the eyes or something.
Yeah.
Or just in his mouth. Ooh, nice.
Perfect. So, again, being that you got a 12, correct?
Yep, 12 total.
You will get to choose 1 extra effect. So go ahead and choose which of the advantages you would like to add to this attack.
I think I'll say suffer less harm. So yeah.
And how much harm does your weapon deal?
It would be a total of 4 with the enchantment from Daimien.
So 4. You whip your razor whip. You just lash it out at this beast, and the radiant rainbow aura around it, you are able to just mutilate one of this wyvern's wings, and just like it's a clean cut, like through flesh, bone, muscle, ligament. You just cut one of its wings off, and it kind of crashes to the ground, not dead yet, but looking very, very unhealthy as it rears back and tries to kick you with one of its hind legs. So it will deal 2 harm, but because you're suffering 1 less and you have 1 armor, you will take nothing.
Nice. I like roll out of the way.
Exactly. And that brings us, I believe, to Jillian.
Alright. So, the guy's not dead yet. I think I'm also just gonna go in swinging again. So, let's see. Let me roll.
Okay.
And this gets the +3 weird again. Oh boy.
Correct.
So that's 8. That's a mixed bag, correct?
Yep. Yep, that's a mixed success.
Okay.
So your attack was 3, correct?
I think it was 4. Let's do the math again. So it's claws,
Well, it was 4.
2 harm.
It was 4 because you had a full success last time. You got the advantage.
Oh, okay. True.
So I
it
believe
is
that
a 3.
means.
Yep.
This is a fun thing
Ugh.
that me and my regular role-playing groups like to do. When a person kills a monster or a big boss, we like to say, how would you like to do this? So, Jillian, you get to describe how you finish this wyvern. It is completely up to you with how you end it.
Okay. So I think I just want my vines to cut like straight through his neck, just like behead the guy. Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
So your vines just kind of, what I like to envision it as is your vines go through on opposite ends. So one goes through the right side of the neck, the other goes through the left side of the neck, and kind of they
Oh my
reach
God.
down and like grab onto themselves, and then you just pull the vines apart, and it just rips his head off. The head is going to fall onto you. You are going
boy.
to take 1 harm as the head kind of falls and like knocks you back because you did kind of pull it towards yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Word.
So you have killed Yumrick.
Woo! Let's go.
Ooh, we did it!
However, you still have the
Yeah.
room of kobolds and the prisoners to deal with.
Oh yeah.
I imagine
guys
though that
can
the
have-
kobolds would probably be like a little like stunned that we killed this guy a little.
They don't
Right.
know.
Oh, they don't? I thought they were all in the same room.
Remember, you barred their room so they couldn't interfere with this fight.
We
Oh, okay.
cannot drag his head through the tunnel, can we? Is it too big?
No, it is too big.
Okay, I would like
But
to.
what you do hear Snod come poke his head, and he goes, "Holy shit! What?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought y'all were dead. Wow,
Yeah.
Just a scratch.
man."
Can we?
He reaches out his middle finger to you, Jillian.
Yes.
It does the
Yeah. we
the
touched tips.
secret handshake. Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So like, I think if everyone else is okay with this, I'd like to take down the barrier that I created, and like maybe either just take it down completely or put it at like the front of the entrance so the guys can like see the head, the beheaded wyvern.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we should do like a cool pose around it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sick pose.
Dude, can I sit on top of it?
Who's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
roll
you
the
can-
min-
We'll stand
Word.
on top of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
need
wanna
to.
do
Are
the
we gonna
real
need to?
freak pose.
Yeah.
With my arms out.
Let me do I have to roll to move the block or
To move it, yes, because
Okay.
that would you would be technically be barring a different place.
yeah.
Letting it fizzle, you can just do that whenever.
Yeah. Okay. So we got a 9 plus 3, so that's a success.
You just do it.
Yeah. It just happens, man.
Yeah, it just happens flawlessly.
Like, snap my fingers, it's done. The first barrier's gone, the new barrier's up.
You guys kind of hear a bunch of the kobolds like they were leaning up against it, trying to push it, and so they like fall flat on their face. And they all come out, and you, Grezy, being that you are the only one that can understand Draconic. You hear them as they're coming out. They're like, what the? How? Is Yumrick dead? What? And then one of them that you assume is Snavi is just like, Snot, what are you doing over there? And yeah, they're just kind of standing there dumbfounded looking at this dead wyvern that they've been serving for God knows how long.
Grizzly, since you can talk to them, you should say like you're their new like boss now. Because you're a dragon. You're like a dragon person.
Well, I don't want to be their boss. It's boring. But you know what? If we need translation, I'll at least just say, "Sup."
They look at you because Snot is the only one that knows that you can understand them, and as soon as you say "sup," they just kind of go, "What the fuck? How do you? There's what?" You know, kind of like the Tim Allen noise.
Should we like demand their prisoners?
Yes. Or
Yeah.
at least we can try asking first. Be like, hey, why don't you let those guys out now, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we're new bosses now, technically, right? See if that works first, and then we can intimidate them.
Yeah.
So, this is again going to be a manipulate somebody roll from you, Grezy, because you are the only one that can communicate with these small reptilian kobolds.
Can I ask a question really quick?
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
At any point have I retrieved my weapon yet?
Oh yeah, we can assume that you've retrieved your weapon.
Okay, I just want that cleared. Yeah. If this turns into a fight, I want to know if my weapon's in my hand or not.
So let's see. So I have a 5 plus the 2 for the charm, so that's a 7.
7. All right. So they all kind of stand there because on a mixed success they'll do what you want, but you have to give them something first.
Mhm.
They're like, here, sorry. What do you say to them first? Because I don't know what you're manipulating them for. Are you manipulating them to follow you, to give you the prisoners? What are you trying to get from them?
I think we're just trying to get the prisoners from them right now, yeah.
Them the dragon meat. Snide said that they'll eat anything, so they can have the wyvern meat.
Yeah.
You hear one of them kind of step forth. Let me get a slightly different voice.
Sorry.
Excuse me. If you want the prisoners back, you're gonna have to. We're not gonna eat. We're not gonna eat the wyvern. That's like our father figure. That would be like if one of you ate your mother or father. Like, how dare you? If we're gonna give you these prisoners and let you leave alive, we would passage safe to another cavern so that we don't die. Cause without the dragon, we're kind of SOL. That's Kobold for shit out of luck. Without the big man to protect us. You know what I mean? Like, how do we know that you're just not gonna turn around and slaughter us if we give you the prisoners?
If we play our cards right, we could have a whole kobold army
Oh my
with
god,
us.
true.
We can like do the touching tips handshake with them too. Something to consider.
I mean, I'm down for it.
Yeah, like we can have Snod like vouch for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like we didn't kill Snod.
Yes.
yeah.
I point to Snot, be like, he's not dead.
Well, I
He's not
mean,
down
like,
now.
you can
Snod-
say, like, we're the
Snod-
bosses now, follow us. We'll keep you safe.
Snod kind of like pipes up, and he's like, I'd just let him go, except for Snobby. Make Snobby stay or die or whatever. But like the rest of them are kind of chill. I've been with them my entire life, the entire like 7 years of my existence.
Oh,
So-
little guy's just a little guy.
Snot
Hey.
was 7 years old.
We age like dogs, okay?
Okay.
I'm
I,
effectively 35 years old.
Oh, okay. That's different.
I can't go, like, little guy and, like, pat his head.
I'll bite your finger.
My,
Like, we're friends now. I can do that in a non-threatening way.
bummer. Word.
Trying to think. I want to do an action specifically for the kobold he's telling us not to let go, but I'm trying to decide whether I should use magic to trap them or magic to do something beyond human limits and then just like KO them,
Just, like,
like
shake him
knock
around
them
a
out
bit.
stone cold or something. Or
Word.
I'm trying
The
to
one that,
decide
Snod
what
doesn't
sounds
like?
better, trap or knockout.
And just, ooh, you could tie him up in vines. Snod hated that.
Like,
Oh, I
can
can
magic
trap
it.
him. I can trap
Yeah.
him in vines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do you want to roll for that? You can then.
I got it. I got it.
Alright, go ahead and roll magic for me.
It's a +3 also.
So that's an 8. So you are going to trap a specific minion or monster. What is your glitch? So
Yeah.
weaken, short duration, you take 1 harm, draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has problematic side effects.
I guess it will just be for a short duration. Just
Okay.
to get my
So-
point across.
Okay, so you kind of like wrap what's
I
their
like
name again?
shoot vines
Snobby?
out like spider webs, like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you Spider-Man up this specific kobold, and they're kind of taken aback for a second, and then Snod's like, no, guys, it's just him. He owes me money. The rest of y'all can like be tight with them. They're pretty cool. They haven't killed me yet. Or you can just like screw off and go live life. Like they're not gonna mess with you. They're after the dwarfs that we kidnapped. You know. And
True.
all of them kind of like Snobby is like constricted by vines, and he's like and the rest of them kind of like look at Snobby, look at Snod, and just kind of are like, we're gonna go now. Is that okay? Can we just leave? Can we be
Word.
dismissed?
Word.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Snap my
Yeah, yeah.
fingers. Border comes down.
I gesture to the exit.
Yeah, they all run out, unfurl their kobold wings, and just fly off. And as soon as they fly off, the vines that are surrounding Snobby come off, and as soon as that happens, you guys just see Snod just sucker punch him. Just
Go Snod, go little rock
Whoa.
star.
and then he reaches in and pulls out 2 copper pieces, and is just like, that's for the owing me money. I don't know
Damn.
what to say.
All that for
You
2
stay
copper
down.
pieces. I'm
Yep.
assuming
Yeah, but to a
copper...
kobold that could be a lot of money.
Okay. Fair.
They don't really seem
Shiny.
like they have much of an economy.
Fair.
It's shiny. We like shiny things.
Oh, me too, man.
Oh, me too.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, Ergo knows all about that. He's a crow.
yeah.
He reaches out his middle finger to Ergo.
OMG, you guys
Sure.
are
Touch
touching
tips,
to. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I give Snot
Alright,
a
we
hug.
should-
I give Snot a hug because, you know, what a momentous moment this has been.
Yeah, this is some real character development. Let's go.
Yeah.
So about those prisoners.
Yeah, the prisoners. Maybe let's do that now.
All right, so you guys go in, and this room is very crude. Like there are like just debris, trash, ruckus everywhere. It looks like what you would expect a hole full of 2-foot tall kobold things to live in that describe themselves as rat-like. It's messy. And the cage is suspended above the middle of the room, and inside there seems to be like 5 dwarfs in there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, can
Well-
we send like Snod to like go and retrieve them? Does he have wings?
yeah, he has wings.
Word.
And Ergo, you
Wait,
have
is there only one cage or is there multiple?
It's like a bird cage. It's suspended in the middle, but there's one cage.
Can I go for magic and use
Hold on.
do one thing beyond human
Hold-
limitations and
Damien-
try to
Damien-
bring the cage
Damien,
down
wait.
to the ground?
Daimien, wait.
What?
Didn't Snod say that there were traps for it? Or is that just like on the levers?
That's just on the levers.
Okay.
If you wanted to
Never mind.
like use
Keep
magic to
going.
try and like pull the cage down, you could.
All right, I'm gonna go for that then.
All right.
So 6 plus 2, but I'm gonna use one of my luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
make
good.
it a 12, so it's a 14.
Please don't drop everyone to their deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are able to just summon these glowing, iridescent hands and kind of just grasp this cage and just kind of like pull it down to the ground, and the ropes snap, and you know, Snod kind of like looks a little disappointed because he worked really hard on one of those traps, but then he remembers he's not a guy, he's not an evil kobold anymore, you know. So, yeah, you have successfully pulled the cage down, and inside, like I said, are all the dwarven prisoners. And as soon as the cage hits the ground, they start filing out, and they're incredibly grateful. They're thanking you guys. They're saying, you know, this like in the accents that I came up with earlier. They're like, "Oh yes, we're so thankful for you. Thank you for getting us out. I've been here for 2 weeks. They haven't given me water or food or anything. It's I'm so
You're not
happy.
gonna find water in town.
Yeah.
I mean, when it rains, we might. But you know, gotta get my summer drink on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get that ale.
Yeah. And we can kind of fast forward a little bit because there is no more danger present to you guys at the moment. So you guys are able to probably find one of the carts that is actually no. I will say this, because you spent a luck to free the prisoners, you find your wagon and the horse is still alive. The horse is still alive.
Woo! Let's
and
go! Let's go!
It's there, so you have a wagon with a horse to be able to transport everybody back to Bronze Ward. And when you return to Bronze Ward and drop off these people, you guys are met by Rogmek in front of the tavern, the Ancient Shield, and he is just beaming, like a smile almost as wide as his beard. Oh, I knew y'all would be able to take care of this. Do you mind telling me what it was that was causing all of this misfortune? We had a betting pool on it. I had bet a lot on supernatural, like ghosts and like ghouls and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, what was it that was taking these fine folk off of the trail?
Wyvern and its kobold slaves.
But not this Cobalt. He's our buddy.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he's cool with us.
She's our bud.
Oh, you were able to free the kobolds as well from the clutches of a draconic overlord. Oh, that is very impressive. Kobolds typically will die for their masters no matter what. It is impressive that you were able to convince these ones to so easily betray their master. It is very impressive.
Well,
And-
their master is kind of dead before they kind of realized anything.
I beheaded
Oh.
it. I beheaded
Yeah, it
it.
was really cool.
Beheaded it.
Ooh. Wyvern meat. That could be something we could add to the tavern menu.
Well, the kobolds didn't take it, so it's still up in the cave.
Yeah.
Still pretty
Ooh,
fresh
this is-
too.
Yeah, we'll sell it to you for a reasonable price.
Ah.
It'd be like eating my mom.
This is good. I like this. Now, here is your reward as promised. I promised I would give you something of good value. I have two things for you. One, as requested, he just like reaches over and pulls out two full round, like the Skyrim big rounds of cheese. Two of
Yeah!
them.
Woo!
They're like a foot wide,
Yeah!
like tall. Sorry, they're like a foot tall and like
Dude,
a foot in diameter. So they're
Grezy
huge.
called it in the chat. She was
I
on
remembered.
it.
I remembered my payment.
Yeah.
Yes, and for this is something for the future. If you ever find yourself looking for more adventure, there is this. This has been passed down from ancestor to ancestor of mine. I am no longer of the adventuring age. I have this tavern and this town to look after. So if you ever wish to go on another adventure, here is this, and he hands you a scroll. And as you guys unroll and unravel this scroll, the lines and the cartography on this map begin to glow. And if this was a movie, the camera starts to like pull back as the glow kind of like encompasses the party and Snod, and it kind of just flashes and the party is gone.
Woo! Yeah, let's go.
So if there's ever a time where you all wish to do this again, your party will have another adventure to go on waiting for y'all.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I ended up using the luck when I did, because this, to my knowledge, this was a one shot, right? And I'm like, I might as well just use a luck then. None of us have used. I was actually gonna use it initially, starting from enchanting Ergo's weapon, but I kept succeeding my rolls.
Right? I think it's really good.
One thing with Monster of the Week is that it's very like when I've played it, I played it with a podcast at Gen Con. They were running some Monster of the Week games, and my one shot that I did, we failed 2 rolls the entire time. It's just a luck thing. Sometimes you have cursed dice, sometimes you have blessed dice. It's
Yep.
all down to the R&D gods.
Well, getting the snake eyes
gotta
followed by
drink.
the boxcars definitely shows that.
Yeah, I know, literally.
Yeah, poor Ergo. The first roll of the game.
Right.
But you did so well after that.
I
You
gotta
gained some
drink more.
experience.
Did anyone else not fail a roll? Because I didn't get any experience. I didn't fail a roll.
I definitely failed a roll. eBay,
you
I'm gonna
did.
drown.
And Grezy, did you fail a roll?
I don't think I did. I think I got pretty lucky.
I'm out of water. Oh, you
That's
good.
right, Jillian. You got a lot of water to drink over there.
Yeah, that's fine. As a plant, I like to stay pretty hydrated. Plus,
That's
like,
very true.
Photosynthesis.
How do you stretch at the same time there?
But this was a lot of fun. Thank
For
you
real.
for having us on
Yeah,
and
thanks.
for doing this really cool campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have since we're wrapping up, I have found someone pretty neat to raid.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we were able to reschedule this, and I'll be in contact for people who for scheduling possibly another session if everyone's up for it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. We're going to raid Draw T. This person did eBay's emote art, and they're someone who I am commissioning to do my emotes in the future. And she's playing Jump King. So I'm gonna go to my ending screen and we're gonna start the raid. So I hope everyone will go and be super nice to her. So yeah. Thank you
a
all
lot
for
of fun to run
coming.
this for y'all.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's Twitter ats are on the screen. So if you wanna check anyone out, they're all there. So yeah. Let's go to the end screen. Bye.
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 Bye.